Hello, everyone. This is very experimental, but I have decided to try something today. Watching a Hiroshima Carp baseball game live on TV and trying to call the game for you. And it was kind of last minute, so I'm missing a couple of key items. For example, I don't have a good camera on my laptop, so I'm using my phone instead. I won't be able to put any, nice, cool stuff on the screen with the scores and anything like that. But I can update you on what's going on in the game and the score. The game was scheduled to start 4 minutes ago, but I haven't yet pulled it up. Yep, and I just checked my live stream on the screen there. You can see it, right? That's me right there. See the delay seems to be about maybe 10 seconds or so. But I just wanted to check it and make sure that the stream is running all right. And so I can respond to your live chats by typing from my laptop. So as you can see right here, I've got my setup. That's my laptop that's connected to the TV screen. I've got my keyboard right here and mouse. And I've got a couple of snacks. Normally I don't eat potato chips because I'm dealing with a health condition. But I figured it's a holiday today, and the first time I've ever tried to live stream and call a baseball game ever, or any sports game. And it just so happens to be a Hiroshima Carp game. So for those of you who don't know, I am currently in Onomichi in Hiroshima Prefecture. It's a small picturesque town to the east of Hiroshima City. And I'm studying Japanese here, Nihongo. So what I hope to do by calling these games is to better understand Japanese. I'm hoping that I can, as I listen to the games, I've got my headset here. Down here you can't see it, but I'll put my headset on and listen to the game. And pull up the roster so I can, as best as possible, tell you what's going on. But right now I'm just trying to get into the game and get it going. And there we go. Okay, so I can't just put the screen on the game because that would be violating copyright. And right now I'm going to, let me turn this down. In just a moment I'm going to connect my headphones so that I can listen to the game, and I will update you on how the game is progressing. I don't know how long I'll be able to do this today for a couple of reasons. One is my health. I don't know how I'm going to feel. But the other is, depending on how the game goes, if one of these teams starts to blow out the other and it's getting late in the game, then I think perhaps we might be able to call it, but we'll see. But first, I need to figure out a place where I can put my camera. I think I can turn this up a little bit. Yeah, I think that's okay. Oh, okay. Ottawa is the pitcher. I don't know his information yet, but he just hit one of the Yokohama batters, and by the way, that's who's playing today. They are in Hiroshima. Today's game is in Hiroshima at Mazda Zoom Zoom Stadium, and they are playing the Bay Stars from Yokohama. Right now, there's one out. The score is 0-0 in the top of the first. Yokohama has one runner on. He was just hit by pitch. And it looks like the batter is Sano. Pitcher... yeah. Ottawa. It sounds like Ottawa, Canada, but pretty sure that's not what it means. That's not what his name means. Oh, this shirt is a little big for me, I think. Sano cranks one all the way to the wall. Is it out? Is it out? Yes, it is. That was a very quiet home run. Oh, that's amazing. The outfielder ran all the way to the wall and dove and hit the wall to try to catch this ball. And everybody seemed a little confused about whether or not it was a home run. So Sano is just now getting around the bases. He just crossed home plate. And the Carp players are looking around and they were asking, is it a home run? Is it a home run? And apparently it is. So number 7, Sano, hits a 2-run homer. 4 referees came out to talk to the Carp, and now it looks like they are going to, they're going to the fence along the side of the field, and they're going to watch the replay to make sure that it was really a home run, because it's possible that it bounced off something or someone. Right now they're showing the replay. Okay. Okay, so they just announced that they are reviewing it. There appears to be only one camera angle of this ball going out, and it looks like what happened is it bounced off the top of the wall and then went, oh, there's another angle. Yep. It hit the top of the wall, bounced almost straight up, really high, and then came down and went into the crowd. And my guess is that this is a ground rule double, and that one run will score, and the hitter will be on, or Sano will be on second base, because the way that the Carp outfield wall is in this spot, there's a green wall, and it has a large flat top that's maybe almost a foot in depth, okay? And then there's like a fence above that that's another 2 feet, and that has a yellow line on it, and that's what the ball has to go over to be a home run. But it hit the wall first, bounced up, and then went over. So my guess is that that is a ground rule double. Assuming that the rules are the same, that particular rule is exactly the same. Yep, the crowd is cheering, so I think I was right. Yep, Sano goes to second base. Give me just a moment. I left my tripod out in the van, but I didn't want to get the live stream started too late, so I figured I would just set it up, but I didn't have anything on hand that I could prop up my phone with. Okay. That seems doable. Okay. Also today I have on my Astros hat because I am a Houston Astros fan in the MLB. I did have a Hiroshima Carp hat, but my close Chinese friend came to visit recently, and I gave it to him as a gift, so I need to get another hat. And I have my shirt here somewhere, but I need to wash it so I can wear it. I'll do that next time. But the ground rule double put the runner at third base. So the score is still 0-0 with 1 out. Whoa, he ripped one down the line. Who's the batter right now? Let's see. Oh, they're showing a replay. Batter looks to be number 2. Have any of you had some of these electrolyte drinks in Japan? This one is Aquarius. It's my favorite because the sugar is a little lower than the others. Okay. Ground ball to the second baseman, and he tosses it over to first base for the out. And that's the second out, but they do get a run. So it is now 1-0 Yokohama. Got a line drive. Okay. Little line drive hit. It bounced, and the second baseman was able to snatch it up, toss it over to first base. That's the third out. So the first inning, the top of the first inning, comes to a close with the Bay Stars grabbing 1 run. Hiroshima will be up to bat in just a moment. And I'm trying to update something right quick on my excuse me, on this video. So if you'll bear with me. Google is prompting me for my password for the second time. Check your phone. Yes. And now it's asking me on my phone if I'm trying to change my settings. Yes, I am. I'm just trying to change the title and add some Japanese. So for my viewers in Japan, they can see, they can more easily find this. And one moment. Yaku. Hiroshima Carp. Hiroshima Carp baseball. Carp. Hiroshima baseball. Carp baseball. Maybe that's good enough. We'll save that. Okay. 1 strike. Okay. I fly a ball to left center field. Center fielder comes over, calls it, grabs it. First out. 1 away. Azuma is the pitcher for Yokohama. I saw somebody was joined just for a second, but maybe that was me when I went to my own channel. Okay, first pitch to the next batter. I should look up the lineup right quick. Strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. And here is the 0-1 pitch. Oh, check swing, but he fouled it off. Strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. Okay, here we go. I've got the lineups. That's good. Right now, batting is Kikuchi Rosuke. And he takes the first ball, a little up and in. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 33. Oh! Well, it looks like he was doing a little more than brushing him off there. Azuma, the pitcher for Yokohama, tossed a second pitch in a row deep inside, but this one clipped Kikuchi on the chest, it looks like. Yep, right here. He's batting this way, and he went like that, but it hit him right here. Ooh, it actually got caught in his shirt and pulled his shirt out of his pants. So he's at first base tucking his shirt in. That's pretty funny. Okay, number 37, the right fielder, is up to bat. That is Takayoshi Noma. Noma takes strike 1. Here's the second pitch. Oh! For those of you who don't watch or haven't watched Japanese baseball, my experience is that they don't show the strike zone on the television screen. They also don't have as many cameras or angles or as high quality video as you see in the MLB. For those of you who are used to watching Major League Baseball, when they do a review, they typically don't have like 6 camera angles and a lot of tight, close shots they can use for the replays. Here comes the pitch. Strike swinging. That's strike 2 on Noma. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Just 1 out, 1 runner on first. I see a couple of people who joined. Thank you for joining wherever you are. It's nice to have you. Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa. Watashi wa Brandon desu. Oh. Ball 2, but man, was it close. Once again, like I was saying, the strike zone, if you watch MLB games, they have the strike zone on the screen so you can see where the ball is in relation to the strike zone. But I've never seen a Japanese game on TV where they have the strike zone. So it looks like a strike, but it was called a ball. There have been 2 balls like that. So right now the count is 2 balls, 2 strikes on Noma. And the pitcher, Azuma, is that right? He just tossed over to first base. Asuna, but the runner was able to get back. Here's the next pitch. It's a full count. It's a full count. So Noma started off with 2 strikes and no balls, and he has been able to come back to a full count. Very patient batter, it looks like. Here we go. Full counts. Here's the pitch. He swings and he hits the ball to left field. Looks like it's going to be caught, and it is. They bring it in. Runner goes back to first base. Unfortunately, it's the second out, but they still have 1 runner on. And maybe if they can figure out something here, maybe they can tie the game up at 1. For those of you who don't know the score, right now it is in the bottom of the first inning. The Carp are down 1-0. There are 2 outs, and the current batter is Shota Dobayashi. Shota swings on the first pitch and fouls it away into the dugout, or near the dugout of Yokohama. Strike 1. Hearing the crowd brings back memories of being at the game I went to last year. Here's the second pitch. A little low. He lays off. Ball 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike. It looks like beautiful weather in Hiroshima today, just like it is here in Onomichi. The skies are blue with just a few clouds. It looks like a great day for baseball, and it feels wonderful outside here right now. It's nice to have clear, beautiful weather with a good temperature and no rain. Fly ball to right field, and that will do it for the Carp in the first inning. And they leave 1 man stranded on first base. They will move on into the second inning after a break. But let's see here. I see someone's in the chat. Got my bag of potato chips. Okay, I am now in the chat, so let me type something to you guys. Okay, there we go. Maybe I should try putting this also into Japanese, into Nihongo. Okay, that will work. And I need to move that over to right there and paste it in. And boom, there we go. Okay, here we go. The top of the first. The top of the first, and the first batter for Yokohama is number 98, Yota Kyoda. Yota takes ball 1. He sets up. Here comes the delivery on the second pitch. Oh, he swings, makes really good contact. He's going to drop it in for a single to the right field. They bring it in, and he will stop there. 2 pitches, 1 hit. Yokohama has 1 runner on first base with no outs. That was a good, solid hit. Didn't need to put much power on it. Yep, it was just a chest-level swing. Okay, runner at first has a medium-sized lead. Next batter is number 50, Yudai Yamamoto. Yamamoto takes a strike. No balls, 1 strike. Runner on first. Pitcher's got the sign. He sets up. Goes into his delivery. Ooh, inside. Whoa, yeah. Okay, that one looked like it could go either way, but it's an inside strike. So the pitcher is ahead of Yamamoto. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. He's ahead of Yamamoto. No balls and 2 strikes. That's very good. He's set. Here comes the 3rd pitch. Another good swing. Is it going to get down? Yes, it is. There's another single to right field. Very close to the same spot as the last hitter. And now Yokohama has men on first and second with no outs. If Ottawa, the pitcher for the Carp, if he gives up some runs in this inning, I would imagine that they're not going to keep him in much longer because he needs to be able to get out of this inning. He needs to start shutting it down right now. First pitch, strike, curveball right down the middle. Nice one. The batter is Taiki Sekine. Taiki. He's got some cool sunglasses. Oh, another slight curve, a little inside, but strike 2. Once again, the pitcher gets ahead of the batter. No balls and 2 strikes, but can he get a strikeout this time, or at least a ground ball and a possible double play, or is he going to give up another hit? Let's see. He comes set, and here's the pitch. He swings, goes out to left field, and it's going to drop right in. Nobody can get to it. Right over the head of the 3rd baseman. It drops into shallow left field. All the runners advance. Bases are loaded. No one scores, but bases are loaded with 0 outs. That's 3 batters, 3 singles. 2 singles to right field, 1 single to left field. Right now, the Carp are having a quick meeting at the mound, at the pitcher's mound. Who's coming up next? Katsuki Azuma, the pitcher. Is he going to be batting? Yep. For anyone listening who is not familiar with Japanese baseball, from my perspective, it seems that the pitchers usually bat. And that's definitely the case here, as I believe his name is Azuma. Yep, Katsuki Azuma, the pitcher for Yokohama. He's batting with bases loaded. First pitch is a ball. Here's the second pitch. He swings again, takes a little hack, but he fouls it away into the stands. 1 ball and 1 strike. Yokohama fans have this little portion, this little section of Mazda Stadium where they're cheering. It's pretty funny. 3rd pitch. He takes another hack, and it's down the left field line, but it curves and goes foul. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. It appears that the pitcher is just trying to, well, the Yokohama batter, who is the pitcher, he's Azuma, he's just trying to like poke it and get like a single. What would be really nice if they would get him to ground the ball into a double play and hold the runner at third. That would be perfect. Here's the pitch. A little outside. Ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Come on. Rodolfo. Ah, yeah, that's right. Odawa. Oh! Ottawa puts the pitch way inside and almost hits him in the feet. It's a full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Ottawa looks around, pitches. Here's, oh, nice! Strikes him out. Very good. Ottawa puts the heat right down the middle. Azuma can't handle it. Swings and hits nothing but air. Swish. Oh, that was beautiful. That was a perfect pitch right down the middle. Azuma wasn't even close. His bat was like that far below the ball. He completely missed it. That was a great fastball. Excellent. So now we've got bases still loaded with 1 out. A double play here would end the inning. So let's go Carp. Let's see if we can get this done. Here we go. First pitch. Ooh, a little inside. He almost went around, but he checked. They point down at first, but they call him safe. He didn't go around. So it's ball 1. Okay. Odawa sets. He delivers the second pitch. Oh, they lift it up. Oh, it's pretty deep, but it's going to center field. He's got it. They're going to bring it in. They're going to tag. Excuse me. Okay. Yokohama's going to get 1 run there on the deep fly ball by Masayuki Kuwahara. Kuwahara put that ball pretty deep, almost to the warning track in center field. Runner was able to easily tag and get home from third base, but there are now 2 outs, and it looks like they were able to hold a runner from second base. I don't think he made it to third. Yeah, that's right. Runner from second base was not able to advance. So runners on first and second with 2 outs. And here is the first pitch. Ooh. Swing and a miss for strike 1 to Tatsuo Ebina. That was another nice, maybe a slider. Looked like a slider to me. Basically right down the middle, and he couldn't connect. Here's the second pitch. Another one right down the middle. Wow. It looks like the identical pitch, maybe just a little higher than the last pitch, but the same result. He takes a big whiff at it, completely misses. Strike 2. 0 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners on first and second. Odawa comes set. And he's delivering the pitch. Oh, right down the middle, strike 3. Beautiful, beautiful. I don't I don't know what Adoa was doing on those last couple of batters, but he was putting the heat and the sliders right down the middle, and they weren't hitting it. So if he can keep doing that from now on and just stay with this, this giving up 2 runs, then maybe the Carp can get back in this. They're only down 2-0. So from this point forward, if he can continue pitching like he finished, because the last 3 batters, he got a strikeout, a flyout, and a strikeout. And those 2 strikeouts were solid. He put the heat right down the middle. He put sliders right down the middle. And they couldn't even foul those off. They just completely whiffed. Excuse me. I had yakisoba a little while ago, and then I had to run out to the convenience store to grab something to drink, and I wanted to get a snack, and I can still feel the yakisoba. Yeah, Mahiro, thank you for joining. And yes, shutting out the base stars would be nice, but he did do it. He's given up a couple of runs, but he's also been Adoa, that is, the pitcher for the Carp. He has shown some very beautiful control and power. If he can just stick with that over the next few innings, maybe he can hang in for at least 6 or 7 innings. I mean, it would be nice if he can get through at least 6 or 7 total innings without giving up any more runs. But we'll see. I'm not as familiar with his arm. Some pitchers have a very strong arm, and they're able to hang in there once they kind of bounce back. Like I mentioned before, I'm an Astros fan also, and one of my favorite pitchers is Justin Verlander. And Verlander, sometimes he starts off pretty cold, and he gives up a couple of runs in an inning, but then he kind of settles down, and for the rest of the game, he just puts everybody away. And so the Astros might give up 2 or 3 runs, but then after that, the other team won't get anything for the rest of the game, and then the pitchers, the saving crew comes in and puts the game away. First pitch is a strike. Second pitch, right down the middle, strike. So first pitch swinging, strike 1. Second pitch, right down the middle, looking, strike 2. And who do we have batting right now? Number 51, Kaito Kozono. Kaito takes ball outside. That was a good eye. Ball 1. Count is 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Come on, Kaito. Let's see here. Pitcher set. Here comes the pitch. Oh, little tapper. Oh man, he just threw the bat out there and got a base hit to center field. That was really nice. He didn't give a full swing. He just reached out and tapped the ball, dropped it right into center field. So the Carp now have a leadoff hit with no outs. They've got a guy on base on first with no outs. That's good. Maybe they can get something started here. Yeah, he reached way out with the bat and just tapped it right into center field. All right. Who's up next? We've got Shogo Sakakura. Shogo takes inside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. For the season right now, it appears his batting average is a little low. Shogo. Here's the next pitch. Right down the middle, he takes it for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. For Shogo. Pitcher comes set. Here's the pitch. Shogo, nice rip down the line, but just foul. Ooh, that was close. Yeah, the replay here, he ripped it right down the line, but it was just foul. Strike two. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Shogo's ready. Pitcher comes set. Here's the pitch. Oh, little tapper to second. Looks like it's going to be a double play ball. They got it. Too bad. Pretty weak hit to second base. Right at the second baseman. Not a very difficult play. They were able to easily grab that double play. Nothing special about it. Kind of a routine double play. I can't wait to go back and check out some of the highlights later on of the Astros game that I listened to earlier today, because they had some amazing double plays I'd like to see. Here's the first pitch to the next batter. He fouls it off. Who do we have batting now? Kento Nakamura-san. Kento Nakamura. Nakamura has 1 strike, no balls. Yeah, my hero, that double play you wanted, Yokohama just got it. Woo, that was close. Second pitch is a ball just outside. 1 ball, 1 strike to Nakamura. Pitcher comes set. Here's the delivery. Low and away. Ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike to Nakamura. Azuma comes set. And here comes the next pitch. Nakamura puts it out into right field, but it looks like the right fielder is going to be there, and he's going to put it away for the 3rd out. So that's the end of the 2nd inning. The Carp had a little chance to do something with a runner on first, but after the double play and Nakamura's fly out to right field, that ends the inning. Now we're on a short break, and we'll come right back in just a moment with Yokohama up to bat in the top of the 3rd inning. I know I only have a few people listening right now, but if you have the opportunity, let me know where you are. Real quick, I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I am originally from Louisiana in America. I moved abroad. Originally, I came to just visit Japan for about 1 week. I went to China, and I worked in China for about 7 total years. During that time, I traveled back and forth to Japan many times. I always wanted to visit Japan and dreamed of living in Japan. And after visiting here many times, I just decided I really want to be here. I moved to Tokyo just before the pandemic over 4 years ago. After about 1 year, I moved to Higashi, Hiroshima, and I've been here in Hiroshima ever since. I've lived in Hiroshima City, Saijo, Toyosaka in North Higashi, Hiroshima, and now I have a rental house, which is where I'm at now, in Onomichi. If you know Onomichi, it's a very cute little town, and of course, since it's part of Hiroshima Prefecture, you've still got Carp fans here. Let's see here. Anyway, the reason I came to Onomichi was to study Japanese. I go to a Japanese language school here locally. So big curve from Ottawa for strike 1. Ottawa comes in with the second. Ooh, that was another big curve, but that one was way high. So ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to the pitcher. Is it? Oh, no, I'm sorry. He's already batted. Tatsuo. Okay, fly ball to right field. Snatched up, no problem. One away, one out. That was nice. That's what I like to see. Just keep it rolling, Ottawa. Yep. Yeah, that was a weak swing. That was perfect. That was like a golf swing. It was just like the ball was right in the center of the plate, and the batter was just trying to make contact, and he did. That was Keita Sano. And Sano was just trying to make contact, and he just lifted a soft fly ball to right field, one away. So our next batter is Shugo Maki. Maki takes ball one, but misses on a second pitch for strike one. So one ball and one strike to Maki. Oh, thank you, Mahiro. I appreciate that. My history is quite long and pretty interesting and all that, but I gave you the basic version. Okay, Ottawa puts in a pretty decent pitch, but it's fouled into the stands by Maki for strike two. Oh, next pitch is way too high. Ball two. The count is 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Here's the next pitch. Foul tip, but catcher is not able to catch it, so the count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ottawa will prepare for his 6th pitch against Maki. Okay, he comes set. He prepares to deliver. Here it comes. Inside high pitch. Very shallow. Perfect. Good. Shallow fly ball. Third baseman just drops back. Takes care of it. No problem. Out number 2. Very nice. Ottawa threw a ball that appeared to float up and in. And so whenever Maki went to swing, it kind of jammed him a little bit, and it caused the ball to foul and pop up. No, it didn't go foul, but it popped up, and the third baseman was able to easily get to it for out number 2. Here's the first pitch against the next batter. It's a curveball outside. The next batter is Toshiro Miyazaki, and this is not Miyazaki from Ghibli. Wow. Second pitch, he takes a really big hack, but he fouls it away. He's not able to get much of it. He fouls it into the stands. Strike 1. So we've got 1 ball, 1 strike on Miyazaki. Ottawa gets the count. He sets up. And here's the pitch. Ooh, beautiful pitch. Beautiful curveball. It looked like it was going straight down the middle, and it broke at the last minute. And Miyazaki couldn't handle it. He almost lost his balance there trying to hit that one. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the next pitch. In the dirt. Ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 2, 2, and 2. Here in the top of the third. This would be a really good inning for Ottawa to end it right here. He comes set, and here's the delivery. Oh, good pitch. Simple grounder to the shortstop, tosses it over to first base. 3 away. Perfect inning for Ottawa and the Carp. 3 up and 3 down. We're going to go into the bottom of the third inning, the Carp. Let's see who they have coming up. Maybe Shoichi? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I think it's going to be Shoichi Futamata. Shoichi should be leading it off. All right. Very nice. I got 4 people in the chat. Whoever you are, wherever you are, thank you for joining. Once again, I'm Brandon. I haven't done anything like this before, and I haven't done this on... I haven't done any sports stuff on my channel. This is not what I would call a sports channel, but it is a channel that's related to what's going on around in Japan, various things. Later on, I'm going to be uploading a video of a matsuri, a festival that I attended in Onomichi a couple of weeks ago. Onomichi is a small town in Hiroshima, and I was just at a nice little local festival recently, and I finished editing the video last night. And once I finish that, once I get that uploaded, I will be sharing it with you. Yes, not Hayao Miyazaki. That's right. Not him. Can you imagine Hayao Miyazaki trying to bat? That will be funny. I'd like to see that. Okay. Here's the first pitch. Oh, check swing, strike 1. It looked like that pitch fooled him. I'm not really sure why. I didn't see much movement on it. Shoichi goes around. Man, he looks so serious. Shoichi has this real serious look on his face. Here's the pitch. Oh, line drive. Oh, I thought for sure that was going into left field, but the third baseman was able to snatch it for the out. So, that pitch was right down the middle. Shoichi got a nice solid strike on it, a nice solid hit. But unfortunately, it was just to the left of the third baseman, and he was able to catch it rather easily. That brings up Ottawa. Takes strike 1. It doesn't look like Ottawa has much of a batter. His average is pretty low, and he doesn't seem to be seriously trying to hit the ball right now. But yeah, he's just throwing the bat out there. He's clearly not a batter. Strike 2. 1 out, no balls, 2 strikes. Ottawa, the pitcher for the Carp, is about to take his third pitch. Oh, that was kind of low, but it looked like a strike, but the umpire didn't like it. Calls it a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Ottawa. Miyazaki is trying to put some of that anime magic on the ball. Here it comes. Ottawa fouls it off. He just kind of threw the bat out there, fouled it off, but it was a good thing he did because the ball was right down the middle. Would have been strike 3. He put a little Totoro on the ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out. Next pitch to Ottawa. Ooh, right in there, yeah. It was a good pitch. A little low, but it was right in there. And I thought for sure it was a strike. But the umpire took so long to call it a strike, I thought maybe he was going to let it go. But he was just preparing to do a really big strike 3. So Ottawa strikes out, 2 away. And that brings up something, Akiyama. Akiyama takes strike 1. Here is the second pitch, a little low. Ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Akiyama. 2 away. Here's the pitch. Okay, we have a 2-out single into center field. Akiyama has a nice swing, nice solid strike right up the middle into center field. Good line drive right past the pitcher. Second baseman and shortstop can't get to it. Carp have one runner on first base with 2 outs. Can they actually manage to get this runner around and get a little closer in this game? Kikuchi is up. He takes a strike right down the middle for strike 1. I think Kikuchi is one of those players that's pretty popular, at least in my perception. Oh, he's stealing second. Did he make it? Looks like he's going to be out. Yep, he didn't get there. The throw was a little high, but it was to the right of the bag, and he just wasn't fast enough to get there. So they were able to tag him basically on the head, and that's the 3rd out. The inning is over. That's the end of the 3rd inning. There's going to be a short break, and we'll come back to the top of the 4th. Yokohama will be back up to bat. And the score, for those of you who might not know, is Hiroshima 0, Yokohama 2. Yokohama has 2 hits, no errors, and 2 runs. Hiroshima has 2 hits, no errors, and 0 runs. Last inning was much better for the Carp than the first 2 because they gave up 1 in the first, 1 run in the first, 1 run in the second, but they were very solid in the 3rd inning and gave up none. Plus, they allowed no base runners. There were 3 up and 3 down. If they can continue with that, if Adoa, the pitcher for the Carp, can continue with this performance, then I think that he can hang in there for at least 3 or 4 more innings. But we will see. Mahiro-san, if you're still there, where are you from? Futamata. It looks like there have been some changes, some substitutions for the Carp. Futamata is in the game. But I'm not sure who he replaced. I'm not sure where. But Ottawa is still in for the 4th inning, and here's his pitch. First pitch, a little high and outside. Looked like maybe a slider. Ball 1. Second pitch, a little inside, but a nice pitch for strike 1. So it cruises in there for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Yota Kyoda. Kyoda receives the next pitch, strike 2. A nice little, I don't know if it was a slider. It moved a lot. It looked like it could have been a little curveball. But 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here comes the 4th pitch from Adoa. Right down the middle. Oh, that was dangerous. It was fouled away. Count remains the same. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Actually, originally from Hiroshima, so I know everywhere you said. Oh, cool. Yeah. If you're from Hiroshima, then I'm sure that there are few places that you haven't heard of. Mahiro, do you know Toyosaka-cho? Adoa puts a curveball way inside and almost in the dirt for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Adoa gets into his set, and here comes the pitch. Right down the middle, fouled away. Count remains the same. 2 balls, 2 strikes. I'm sure you know Miyoshi. Everybody knows Miyoshi. But I bought an old kominka, an Edo period kominka, that is in northern Higashi Hiroshima in Toyosakacho. It's very close to Miyoshi. Oh, ho, 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 nice. Adoa puts the heat right down the middle. The umpire goes crazy, calling another big strikeout. So Adoa continues to look good since the last inning. Actually, I would say that even though he gave up a run in the second inning, he started to look nice as he started to get the outs. Because the one run that Yokohama scored in the second inning was on a fly ball. Okay, they had a runner tag. And he delivers another strike to the next batter. But that was an out. Then he got two strikeouts, or a strikeout, a fly out, another strikeout. Then he had 3 outs in a row last inning. Then we have another out now, and he just started this batter off with another strike. That was a ball in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. And who is it? Yamamoto? Is that who's batting right now? Yamamoto? That's what it looks like. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Adoa is about to deliver. Here it comes. Oh, big lollipop. Big curveball. A little too high and inside. Ball 2. It was a beautiful looking pitch, but too far inside. Here's the next pitch. Oh! The batter fell down. That was hilarious. It looks like, yeah, that he threw a fastball high and inside. Yamamoto, he swung at it, but it was so difficult for him. He lost his balance and he fell down. That was hilarious. How embarrassing. The next pitch he fouls away. The count remains the same. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That was a good pitch too. A high fastball right down. It was right down the middle, but high. He couldn't quite get his bat on it. He fouled it away. Here's the next pitch. He swings again, same result, fouls it away, this time back to the screen. Still 2 balls, 2 strikes with 1 out. Adoa really needs this strikeout here. I'm not sure, but I think I've heard of it. Not familiar at all, though. Yeah, I gotcha. It's a very small town. It only has 2 convenience stores, 1 supermarket, a hardware store. Everything else is like independent local shops and stuff. The count is now full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here comes the full count pitch. Adoa gets him to swing at a high pitch. He floats it into left field, which is taken care of, no problem. Beautiful. Out number 2. So I believe that's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's about 8 batters in a row that have been retired by Adoa since the second inning. Since that last run that he allowed, he's retired almost 9 batters in a row. So he's been solid since then. Let's hope he can remain calm and solid. Here we go. Next batter starts off with a ball outside. This is Taiki Sekine. Oh, Sekine takes a strike right down the middle. Oh, that was a heater. Adoa brings the heat right down the middle for strike 1. That's 1 ball, 1 strike. And here we go with the next pitch. Oh, big curve, but way outside. 2 balls, 1 strike with 2 outs. Here we go with the next pitch. Strike right down the middle. Beautiful slider. Excellent. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Once again, we have 2, 2, and 2. Caught him looking. He just froze. He couldn't move. Second, is that right? Here we go with the next pitch. Oh, low in the dirt. Ball 3. We're going to have another full count coming up. Yeah, that's right. Second. I know a guy on YouTube that's pretty funny. And his family name is Sekine. He's one of the first Japanese YouTubers I ever started watching when I was still in America. I loved his his sketch comedy. It was really, really funny. Here we go with the pitch. Full count pitch right up the middle. He grounds it to short. Or second, I'm sorry. He tosses it over. No problem. There we go. 9 in a row retired by Adoa. So they've given up in the first, second, third, and fourth to Yokohama. They've given up 1-1-0-0. At the end of the top of the first, we're now in the middle of the fourth. At the end of the top of the fourth, we're now in the middle of the fourth inning with Yokohama leading in Hiroshima at Mazda Stadium 2-0. Adoa is relaxing in the dugout, drinking some water. I really can't complain. Yes, the Carp are losing, but they're not hitting the ball. They're not putting runners in scoring position. And as long as Adoa keeps doing what he's doing right now, it doesn't really matter that he's given up 2 runs. 2 runs is not bad. If you think about it, it could have been much worse because Yokohama had the bases loaded at one time. They were only able to walk away with one run. And when they got into the second inning, they had more opportunities to score. They had bases loaded again and were only able to bring in 1 run. So after that, Adoa has been rock solid. 2 convenience stores, haha, yeah, I know, right? Basic potato chips. I kind of want a sandwich to go with the potato chips. But since I had yakisoba about an hour and a half ago, I don't need to eat again so soon. So just snacking. Here we go. First pitch. Right down the middle, strike 1. Is that Kikuchi? Looks like it. Let me check the lineup here. Yep, it is. Kikuchi is batting. Just took strike 1. Here comes pitch number 2. He's... Oh, so close. He ripped it down the third base line, but it just landed foul. That was a really good swing. He was just too early. So, strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes against Kikuchi. He had a nice swing, but now he's behind the count. Here we go. Third pitch from Azuma. Little outside. Ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. No outs. Here in the bottom of the fourth, the Carp trailing 2-0. Pitcher is set. Azuma winds up, delivers the pitch. Nice curveball down the middle. Just barely foul. The third baseman plays it, but it was called foul by the umpire. It was just outside the line. So Kikuchi will get another chance here. Count stays the same. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the delivery by Azuma. Oh, Kikuchi pops it way up in the infield. Who's going to get it? Third baseman comes in, calls off the catcher and the pitcher, and he hauls it in. Yep. Miyazaki in his magical glove come flying in on his moving castle and catches the ball for out number 1. Hiroshima is going to bring Noma to the plate, I believe. 37. Yep. That's right. Takayoshi Noma. Noma takes one inside, but they call it strike one. The next one is a little outside, but the umpire lays off, so ball one. That first pitch looked like it was too far inside, but they gave him a strike one. So now the pitch count is 1 ball, 1 strike. There's just 1 out. And yes, you're right. They need at least a couple runs, or at least one to kind of get the juice flowing. Noma took a little hack at that ball, but he didn't stay in the box and give it a good solid swing, so he fouled it away. Strike 2. Whoops. I didn't mean to do that. I accidentally paused the game by touching my keyboard. It looks like there was a fly ball, but I'm not seeing the result on the screen yet. It looks like Noma flew out. Yeah, he did another one of those hack swings. I don't know why he didn't just stay in the box and give a good solid swing. But that swing that he just took at the ball was the same swing he took before when he fouled it off. And he sent it a soft ball out into right center field. No problem for the outfielders. They caught it out number 2. And the next batter takes a ball. Is it Shota Dobayashi? Shota takes strike 1, ball 1, strike 1. Yep, that's Shota. 1 ball, 1 strike on Shota, 2 outs. Ozma comes in with the next pitch. Looks like a slider, strike 2. That was right down the middle. But Shota was nowhere near that ball. Completely missed it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And here comes the next pitch. Low. Ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nice curveball, just too low. He's calling off the pitches here. It looks like he's ready now. And here comes the next pitch. It's inside, but he hacks at it. Grounds it right back to Ozma at the pitcher's mound. He throws him out at first base. That is the end of the 4th inning. So it ends with the Carp not even getting a base runner. 3 up and 3 down. And I saw Adoa warming up on the side, so it looks like he is going to remain in the game for the 5th inning. But I'm not surprised. Whenever I watch Japanese league games, it appears that they really do play or stay in a lot longer than MLB pitchers do on average. And like I said, I don't watch a ton of games in Japan, and when I do watch a game, it's a Carp game. So last year when the Carp were playing in the playoffs, I watched a lot of those games, almost every single game I watched. And I've seen some other games outside of the playoffs, and it seems to me that basically the pitchers, not only do they bat, but they also seem to pitch all the way through the game, if possible. Unless, of course, if they're just giving up a ton of runs, they'll get pulled out. But as long as they're not giving up too many runs and the game is kind of close, generally it seems like the managers keep those pitchers in the game a lot longer on average than the MLB coaches do. That's just my impression. Hiroshima's 25-10. What is that? Yokohama 27-12. They flashed some numbers on the screen, but I couldn't understand all the kanji, so I'm not sure what those numbers were. But oh well. Maybe I'll figure it out later. Okay, Adoa winds up for the first pitch of the inning here in the top of the fifth. Nice heater right down the middle. Strike one. He sets up. He looks calm and relaxed. Here comes the second pitch. A little high. Nice cruising fastball, but just carried away. A little high and outside for ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike. He sets up for pitch number 3. Here it comes. Ooh, that was a beautiful pitch. Fastball just inside. Strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Oh. I can't wait to get my Hikari connection in a week. It's going to be great. He tosses another one right down the middle. Soft grounder, third base. Long throw. Got him. The throw was a little in the dirt, so the first baseman had to dig it out. But he was able to grab it for the first out. That's 10 batters in a row retired by Adoa. So he's been solid. He gave up 2. He's been solid since then. If he continues this, then the Carp don't have any excuse but to blame the batters, because you can't lose a game 2-0. By the way, true story, the first Carp game I ever saw was like the worst possible game you can go to see. First pitch, he almost hit the batter. Who is the batter? Who's batting right now? Oh, that would be the leadoff batter, Kuwahara. Masayuki Kuwahara. Kuwahara almost gets hit on the first pitch and takes the second pitch inside as well, but not as nearly bad as the first pitch. Pitch in the dirt. Does he go around? No, umpire says he didn't. Apparently he went around, even though he almost got hit on that first pitch. Apparently he went around because they called it a strike. So the count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Here comes the next pitch. Ooh, high and inside. Ball 3. 3 balls and 1 strike. Adoa kind of behind the count here, risking giving up his streak of retiring batters. Oh, right down the middle, but that was scary looking. Right down the middle, nice solid swing, but just foul down the third base line. Strike 2. Now we have a full count. Kuwahara about to take his first pitch on the full count with 1 out. Here it is. He swings on an inside pitch. Whoa! A nice little soft pop fly line caught by the shortstop, but the third baseman and the shortstop almost ran into each other. Luckily they didn't, and that's out number 2. That is 11 batters in a row retired by Adoa. Now there are 2 outs. Can he make it? 12 batters in a row. First pitch. Ooh, right down the middle. Heat right down the middle. 144 kilometers per hour. Right down the middle. Perfect pitch. He just watched it go by. Strike 1. Second pitch. Oh, that was beautiful. It looked like it was going to be the same pitch, but the bottom dropped out. Nice curve. Or sinker, rather. Yeah, that was a sinker. Right, he threw it, went right down the middle, and just the bottom dropped out. He swung, missed it. Strike two. No balls. 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Ooh, right down the middle, fastball. Fouled away. I'm still liking the way Adoa is performing right now. He's looking good. Okay, he's looking for the sign right now. He seems happy. Comes set. Here's the pitch. Oh, down and in the dirt. Ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. If Adoa can get this strikeout here, this will be 12 batters in a row. He's retired. Here we go with the next pitch. Looks, oh, so close. He wanted it too. Adoa jumped around, but he didn't get the call. It was just a little too far outside. Yeah, just maybe this much off the plate. The umpire laid off. So ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here we go. Nice pitch on the outside corner. They poke it into right field. Is it going to drop? No. Yes, he caught it. Excellent. Beautiful. 12 batters in a row retired. That is great. That pitch was a little outside. It was a beautiful pitch, but the batter just swung his bat out there. He just kind of threw his bat out there and put it into shallow right field. But luckily, the right fielder was playing kind of in, and he was able to run in really fast and catch it just inside the foul line for out number 3. That's the end of the inning. So, who's coming up next? In the bottom of the 5th. I'm not sure where we're at. I have the lineup for the batting orders, but it doesn't tell me where we are in the batting order. So I have to wait until I actually see it in the game, and then I can tell you who's coming up next. Mahiro. Pitchers in Japan are getting focused on quality start or high quality start. That's one of the reasons they trying to remain in the game longer. Yeah. I don't know if you know how it was in the major leagues, the U.S. major leagues a long time ago. But it was the main focus was for the pitchers to go a complete game if they could. Your starting pitcher was like your workhorse. You know, the one that had the strong arm that would last, if possible, 9 innings. That was the common thing. But over the past, I don't know, it's hard to say. I don't know, maybe at least over the past 5 years, I've noticed that the trend has become, if you can get through 6 innings, if you can do a decent job through 6 innings, like if you can give up no more than 3 runs in 6 innings, then they want you to get through that, and then from there, like 7th, 8th, and 9th inning, they bring in a different pitcher every inning who can pitch really strong for 1 inning. Some of these pitchers are getting paid millions of dollars just to pitch 1 inning a game. It's pretty crazy. Really quickly, we've got 2 strikes. Who's batting here? Is it Kaito Kozono? Here comes the pitch. Way outside, ball 1. Here in the bottom of the 5th inning, the Carp's leadoff batter here is Kaito Kozono. And Kaito has 2 strikes, no balls. Oh, first, one ball, I'm sorry. Here comes the pitch. He swings. He's going to poke it through. He's going to get it through on the left side between the shortstop and the third baseman for a base hit. The Carp, once again, have a leadoff hitter on base with no outs. Now let's hope that they can actually do something with it. That was a perfect hit. Kaito is a left-handed batter, and he was able to hit it to the opposite side, to the left side, between the shortstop and the third baseman. So there was a big space there, and he poked it right through. So the Carp are in business with a runner on first, and that brings up Shogo Sakakura, also a left-handed batter. And here comes the pitch. He takes a swing and fouls it back for strike one. Here we are in the bottom of the fifth inning. Yokohama got some runs early, one in the first and one in the second. Since then, they've been completely shut down by the pitcher, Ottawa. But they haven't even threatened to score any runs. The Carp haven't even threatened to score anything. Now they have one runner on first. Asuma tosses over and sends the runner diving back to first base. No big deal. We'll just delay the next pitch. Yeah, Cozuno's the only thing doing anything right now. It kind of reminds me of Jose Altuve in the Astros. Altuve is doing amazingly well right now. He's performing really, really well, but the rest of the team is not doing so good. Well, they toss over to first base again. I guess they're worried about Cozuno stealing second, and they're trying to hold him on. But he takes another lead off. Let's see if we get a pitch this time. No ball, one strike. Here comes the pitch. Swing and another foul back. I'm getting kind of annoyed with some of these swings. Sakakura takes the same swing that I saw earlier from a couple of other players. They're not staying in the box and swinging through the ball. They're coming out of the box and then throwing out the bat, and it's a weak swing. It will either cause a foul ball or a weak pop fly ball, and they need to stay in the box and do a strong swing. Next pitch is the ball, finally. So ball one. So we have 1 ball, 2 strikes to Sakakura. 1 runner on base. Cozuno takes his lead off first base. Azuma comes set. Here's the pitch. He takes another one of those terrible swings and fouls it away into the stands. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Not a good looking swing. Sakakura needs to stay in the box and swing through the ball. Azuma looking for the count for a long time. He finally seems to get what he wants and throws over to first base, where Cozuno slides back again. Apparently the rules in Japan haven't been changed about how many times you can throw to first base. But in MLB right now, I think you can only toss over about 2 times. Uh-oh, there's a nice swing, but oh no, it's going to be short. It looked a lot better than it was. it went up, and I thought maybe it had a chance to go out, but it was weak. It floated into right field. The right fielder got it for the first out. Cozuno remains at first base. You're going to watch the game of the Dodgers versus Diamondbacks soon. Cool. Are you watching because of Ohtani? I'm not a Dodgers fan at all, and that's primarily because my brother is a obnoxious Dodgers fan. But I do like Ohtani. Strike 1. We got one out, and right now, Kento Nakamura is batting. Nakamura has one strike, no balls, and here comes the second pitch. Nice, strong swing. Oh, just not deep enough. He puts it out really quickly to the warning track, but the left fielder is able to grab it for out number 2. Runner remains at first base, so Kozuno can't advance on the hit. Too bad. So it looks like Futamata Shoichi. Yep. Shoichi, the serious guy. He's up to bat. Getting ready for his first pitch here. He swings. Total miss. Strike 1. Oh, really? You're going to the actual game. You're going to be there at the game. That's great. That sounds awesome, man. I've only seen... I know this shows how old I am. I've only seen games, MLB games, at the Astrodome in Houston. I don't mean Minute Maid Park, where they play currently. I mean the Astrodome, where they used to play a long time ago. And I saw them play the Dodgers one time, and saw them play the Cubs another time. So, pretty crazy. We have another strike, and he swings for the third pitch, grounds it right back to the pitcher, and once again the Carp leave a runner on base without even threatening to score a run. That ends the 5th inning. We're going to go into the top of the 6th with the score still Yokohama 2, Hiroshima 0. Is it just me, or does this game seem to be moving by pretty quickly? It must be fantastic, right? If you're talking about watching the game in the Astrodome, watching the games in the Astrodome, I would say yes. I was a kid. I was younger than 7. Maybe I was like 5 years old at the time. And it was the best thing ever for me because we lived in Houston. And I just became a big Houston fan for everything. So American football, basketball, baseball, I liked all the Houston teams. And so my brother liked the Dodgers. My sister liked the Cubs. And so it was like a win-win. Whenever the Cubs could come and play at the Astrodome, I could see my team and she could see her team. But whenever the Dodgers came, my brother could see his team and I got to see my team. So it didn't matter who the Astros played. I always got to see my team. So I liked living in Houston. But unfortunately, when I was about 7, we left and moved back to Louisiana, which is where I was born. I have mixed feelings about that. I think my life would have been better if we had stayed in Houston. But my dad was a metal worker and he was a welder. So that the big company, he thought he would be a metal worker for his entire life and retire there. But as you probably know, all of those metal jobs back then, it was about 1982, somewhere around that time. All those metalworking jobs in America were leaving and going to China. So the steel industry, the car industry, all of those manufacturing jobs in America were lost and went to China. And people like my dad, instead of trying to figure out a different career path, he just tried to move us around to all these different factories in Louisiana to try and keep working in the metal industry. But all of these factories were just shutting down. So it sounds crazy, but we would move to another city. He would work at this factory for like 3 to 6 months, and then it would shut down. And so he would move us to another one, and to another one, and to another one. That happened several times. So it was very crazy. I wish we had just stayed in Houston. My grandmother was there. There was much more to do. It was much more interesting. And as a Houston fan, it would have been better. It would have been better for me. Which team is there in Louisiana? Well, for baseball, 0 teams. There are no Major League Baseball teams in Louisiana. Louisiana has an NBA basketball team, but that hasn't always been there. That's only been there for a shorter amount of time. If I am not mistaken, the Jazz were originally from Louisiana, and they moved. And of course, they went to Utah, which is funny because they kept the name, the Utah Jazz. But Utah is not famous for jazz. That's if you've ever wondered why Utah, the NBA Utah team is called the Jazz, it's because they're from Louisiana. But I think the team in Louisiana now is called the Pelicans, the NBA team. And Louisiana also has an NFL, an American professional football team called the Saints, which I'm not a fan of because I'm a Houston fan. I was a fan of the Houston Oilers, which was the American football team that was there for a long time. But the owner moved the team to Tennessee. They became the Tennessee Titans. So for several years, there was no professional football team in Houston anymore. And then finally, they got another team called the Texans, which have been doing better lately. They made it to the playoffs last year. But to be honest, I don't care. I stopped watching American football a long time ago because when the Oilers left, that was my childhood team, and they left. So how can you really care after that? And I don't live in Houston anymore. But I do watch American college football, and I watch Louisiana State University. So LSU football, I do watch every year. And in, I think it was 2019, they won the national championship, and they were undefeated. They destroyed everybody, basically. And the quarterback won the MVP, which is the Heisman Trophy of the whole league. It was a wonderful, amazing season. It was great. So the only American football I watch is the college American football. I just watch I actually attended Louisiana State University, LSU, but I went to a sister school in North Louisiana. So I am a graduate of LSU in another city, which is actually the city where I was born. I was born in Louisiana, but when I was not even 2 years old, I think, we moved to Houston. So from the time I can the first earliest memories I have, I was living in Houston. And that's why I just had this big attraction to Houston teams. But I find it funny that the only person in the family that was really similar to me in the teams that I liked was my mom, because she was from Houston. But my dad was from Louisiana, and for some reason he liked other teams. My sister liked other teams, my brother liked other teams. So I was the only one besides my mom that really liked the local team. It was pretty funny. Adoa is back in the game for the top of the 6th and tosses a ball. Here's the second pitch. A little curve inside, ball 2. Who's batting for Yokohama right now? Number 7. Nice ball right down the middle, but he lifts it out to left field, and that will be put away for out number 1. Very nice. Who was that batter? That was Keita Sano. Sano flies out to left field, and that means how many in a row? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Wow, 13 people. 13 batters have been retired in a row by Adoa. He puts one a little high and fast, pops it way up, and they catch it right by second base for the second out. That's 14. 14 batters put away by Adoa in a row since he gave up his last run. Mahiro, going to bed soon. Man, I appreciate you being here. It's my first time doing this, and it's a little rough. You know, I'm not much to look at. Hopefully, it's interesting to listen to me call the game, if nothing else. Here's the pitch on the next batter, the third batter. We've got 2 outs. That one's a little inside for ball 1. I think it's Miyazaki. The rather hefty Miyazaki. I think he's the third baseman for Yokohama. Is that right? He winds up for the second pitch. Right down the middle. Fastball. Strike 1. Ball 1. Oh, 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs for Adoa. The Carp manager is on the phone. Looks like he might be getting another pitcher ready. I don't know why right now. A fly ball to shallow left center. Left fielder comes in and grabs it. That's 15 in a row. 15 batters in a row retired by Adoa. And he gets all the way through. He gets through 6 innings, retiring 15 batters in a row. That's absolutely amazing. It was so much fun. Thank you, Mahiro. Mahiro-san. I really do appreciate you being here. It was nice chatting with you. And it looks like the Carp schedule works out really well with my school schedule. So I'm thinking about setting up a regular time to do these broadcasts for the game, but I want to try to add some things that are a little nicer, you know, have some things on the screen with the score and the innings and all of that stuff, but I don't have those softwares and things yet because I wanted to make sure that I could stream the game okay. And also, not only that, I'm using my cell phone connection with Rakuten right now, believe it or not. I don't yet have my Hikari high-speed internet. It will be installed in 1 week. I've been waiting for a very long time to get the high-speed internet installed, and it's supposed to be done exactly 1 week from today. So as soon as that is connected, I'm sure that my connection will be excellent. I can install some nice capture software and have a much cooler setup for those who are looking at the screen. But for those of you who are just listening, I hope that it is fulfilling your need or desire to stay up to stay abreast or stay connected to what's going on in the Carp games. I'm in Canada now, so I need to sleep. Oh yeah, I bet you do. Yeah, especially depending on where you are, it can be really, really late. But hopefully, whenever you wake up, you'll find out that the Carp came back and won this game. That's what I'm hoping. So it would be nice for their first game for me to call wind up being a comeback win. So whenever you decide to head out, I wish you sweet dreams. UAUML. The first batter here for the Carp in the bottom of the 6th is number 56, Shu Kubo. And Kubo is the 9th batter. He's in the very bottom of the order here. Has he stepped in for... Yeah, it looks like they've taken Adoa out. And they've got a pinch hitter for him right now, so he's not going to be returning for the next inning. He's done. And he takes a nice hack. Kubo takes a nice hack at the next pitch for strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike on Kubo. Yeah, you're welcome. And I hope to see you again. Do stay in touch. Here's the next pitch. He takes a swing, bounces it to second. Easy play. 1 away for Yokohama. Hiroshima will have at least 2 more chances to do something here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Looks like Shogo Akiyama. Yes. Akiyama, left-handed batter, about to take the first pitch. Nice curve, just, I would say probably more of a slider. Result was the same, strike. Another similar pitch, but on the outside corner, ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hey, Glenn. It's nice to see you here, man. I decided to call a Hiroshima Carp baseball game. I'm watching it live right now. It's in the bottom of the 6th inning. The Carp gave up 2 early runs, but since then they've been solid. The pitcher retired 15 batters in a row, and now they're just trying to get something going. They haven't been able to really get a runner past first base. They haven't come even close to scoring a run, so it's a low-scoring affair. Yokohama's lucky 2 runs in the early part of the game. It might end up being enough unless the Carp can actually start hitting the ball. Speaking of hitting the ball, looks like there might be a hit here. Oh, just foul. Man, it curved out and landed just past the foul line, maybe just by this much. That's unfortunate. How close was that? They zoomed in. Whoa, really just about that much. Shogo puts it out there. That would have been a double for sure, but lands just outside the line. Glenn, how's it going there? Because basically, for me right now, class is going much better. My Nihongo classes, school is going better. And they actually interviewed me a couple of times this week to ask me about my opinion, if I was having any difficulties or suggestions for the school. No, with a 2-2 count, Shogo grounds it to the second baseman. He tosses it over for another easy out. It's 2 outs with nobody on. It looks like Carp have Kikuchi coming up to bat. Yep, Kikuchi's coming up. Let's see if he can do something with 2 outs. First foul. It's going to drift just over the dugouts for strike 1. Here's the no ball, 1 strike pitch. It looks like he might have a base hit here. Oh my gosh. Did he drop it? No. It looked like he dropped it. Kuwahara? Kikuchi looked like he had a single there. He put it into shallow center, right center field. The center fielder came diving in, made a great catch, slid on the grass, and when he sat up, it looked like he was picking the ball up off the grass. But apparently he was just grabbing at the grass or something and being silly. So he gets the 3rd out, and we'll move into the 7th inning. At the top of the 7th, Yokohama's still leading 2 runs to 0 against the Carp. Sad day here. Mom passed this morning. Oh man. You know, I don't think we talked very much about your mom. And I'm wondering, was this something that you guys kind of saw coming? Was the writing on the wall, or was this an unexpected, sudden thing? I'm really sorry to hear about that. I was in China when my mom passed away. But it was a little different for me because even though I loved my mom And there were some connections she and I had that were closer than what I had with anybody else in the family, but I've never been close really in a healthy way with any of my family. So it didn't affect me in the same way that it affected everyone else. And to be honest, because she had been suffering for decades with mental illnesses and migraine headaches and just so many emotional problems, to be honest, I was just happy that she was able to be in a better place. That's the way I felt. But my family, they showed... Oh, okay. Sorry about that. They were showing a replay because it looked to me like the guy dropped the ball earlier, and they showed the replay to show us what he was doing. Apparently his sunglasses were on his hat, and they came off when he dove for the ball. So whenever he sat up, he didn't drop the ball and pick it up. It was his sunglasses he was picking up. So he wasn't grabbing at the grass or whatever like I thought. But anyway, I was just saying that, yeah, I understand that losing a parent is generally pretty difficult. And especially if you don't see it coming. You said, happy that Mom's passing is the end of a long period of a slow decline. Man, I know how that feels. Yeah. At the very least, I'm glad you can see it that way, because my mom was, in the end, she wound up getting cancer, and for I want to say maybe around 5 years from the time she was, or maybe a little longer than that, I'm not really sure because I wasn't in the U.S., but from the time she was diagnosed and went through all the treatments and everything until the time she died, that was a period of suffering and decline from the treatments. But she suffered basically her whole life from emotional issues and migraine headaches. And we all suffered too, because it was difficult to live with her. The whole family was dysfunctional. We are in, it sounds so weird to be chatting about that and then go back to this, but it's the top of the 7th. We got 2 balls and 2 strikes. And we got a new pitcher. Let's see who's... Oh, we got another pitch coming. Let's okay, inside ball 3, full count. Who do we have? For Hiroshima, we have Daisuke is pitching. Daisuke Moriura. Daisuke's pitching. Who's batting for Yokohama? Oh, it doesn't matter now. He just lined out to the third baseman. So that was quick. Was it Kurakawa? Yeah. Yeah, I think that's who it was, Kurakawa. Kuwahara, I'm sorry. Tatsuo Ebina. Is that who's batting next? Possibly. Here comes the pitch. In the dirt for ball 1. 1 out. I believe Ebina is batting. Oh, don't worry about that. High pitch ball 2. That one was way up there. 50. No. This is Yudai Yamamoto. Yamamoto is batting. Yamamoto's got 2 balls, no strikes. Here comes the third pitch. Outside for ball 3. The past 2 pitches haven't even been close to the strike zone. So Yamamoto is either going to be swinging away right here, or he's going to be just letting it go. Let's see. Here comes the 4th pitch from Daisuke. Strike right down the middle. 145 kilometers an hour. Very much expected dementia for 3 years. Recent fall and has been in palliative care since then. Sorry to be a downer on the live stream. Don't worry about that. No, I think that it's just life, and I appreciate you telling me. Okay, fly ball to the infield. Shortstop puts it away. Yamamoto flies out for the second out. It looks like Taiki Sekine will be up to bat. Sekine he's got one hit today. He's the left fielder for Yokohama. Here comes the first pitch. He's batting lefty. Strike right down the middle. I'm looking forward to you and I chatting again, Glenn, really soon, because of a lot of videos I've been watching and interviews and stuff recently. Here's the second pitch. Curveball, little high. It was right down the middle, but it was just a little high. Ball one. So the count is 1 ball, 1 strike with 2 outs. The Carp have now put away 17 batters in a row, which is excellent. But they don't have any runs on the board. They need to score. Yeah, man, it feels, I don't want to say weird or strange. It just feels nice to be here, really. Oh, that pitch was a nice heater, but just a little outside in the corner, and the ump didn't like it. So ball 3. The count is 3 balls, 1 strike. Daisuke is going to deliver the 5th pitch. Oh, right down the middle. Another heater, 147 kilometers an hour. That was a nice one. Getting close to 150 on that pitch. Now it's a full count. If he can put this guy away, that'll basically be 18 batters in a row retired by the Carp. Strike right down the middle. Oh, yeah. He let it go, and he tried to run towards... He started to go towards first base like it was a ball, and he looked at the umpire, and the umpire just he rang him up for strike 3. So, once again, the Carp do an excellent job with their pitching and get another punch out, getting really close to retiring 20 batters in a row without a single base runner. So, since the first 2 runs given up, they've been doing their job. It's just that the bats of the Carp have been so poor, and they haven't gotten a man past first base, I think. Yeah, man, what I was going to say, now we're on break now, so for those of you who don't know, I'm Brandon. I'm living in Onomichi right now in this house, but one of my friends is in the chat. He's come to visit me a couple of times. He's from Australia. I have an old house in North Higashi, Hiroshima, and right now I'm in Onomichi in my rental house, which is about a 5-minute walk to my Japanese language school. And this little community here is very nice and quaint. You could say it's very picturesque around here. And this house that I'm renting, it's really, really just, it came along at the perfect right time. The price is excellent, although it is a little difficult for me because I've been off of work for a while because of a health issue, specifically cancer. But you know, I'm trying to deal with it as best I can. I see my doctor regularly. I do take some blood thinners because I have problems with blood clots, and I'm just looking for something else I can do that's fun and interesting. And I find this fun and interesting. I decided to call this game. I I got a subscription online for free, just for temporarily to watch the Carp game, and I can see it right here on my TV and call it on the screen. But for you, Glenn, what I would say is, if you come to Onamichi, you can actually stay here. It's a nice environment. It's clean. There's a functioning kitchen, bathroom. I have a nice washing machine and a clothes drying area outside that's covered. There are bedrooms upstairs. There's a bed. It's a nice, comfortable place. So yes, I'm very happy and thankful, grateful to be here. Back to the game here. We've got 1 ball, 1 strike. It looks like Asama is still pitching. It's in the bottom of the 7th, and Asama, the pitcher for Yokohama, is still in. He's got a shutout going. He's given up a few hits, but he hasn't given up any runs. He's given up 3 hits. He's got a 3-hitter shutout going against the Carp. He's got 1 ball and 2 strikes in the bottom of the 7th. No outs. Here's the next pitch. Swing and fouled away. It will remain 1 ball, 2 strikes. Who's batting? Number 37. That would be Takayoshi Noma. Noma is a left-handed batter. And in this game, he has no hits. This is his 3rd at bat. He hasn't been on base. Hasn't hit the ball. Well, he's hit it, but he just hasn't gotten a hit. Here's the next pitch. He grounds this one straight to the second baseman, who tosses over for the out. No problem. 1 away. That will bring up Shota Dobayashi, the first baseman. Shota also has a couple of at-bats already, and just like Noma, he doesn't have a single hit. Shota gets into the batter's box. He's a right-handed batter and plays first base for the Carp. Here comes the first pitch. He takes a nice swing, but it's curveball well under his bat. Strike 1. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Yeah, man, no problem. Evelyn was here just a few days ago, and she stayed 1 night. And the funny thing is, I let her stay upstairs in the bed, and I had some mats. You can't see, but right down here on the floor. I generally sleep down here because the bathroom's down here. I don't want to be going up and down the stairs in the middle of the night. But she didn't realize there were extra futon blankets and stuff. I forgot to tell her, and so she was feeling kind of cold. Pitch on the outside, first ball. So 1 ball, 2 strikes against Shota. Shogo, I'm sorry. No. I was right. Shota. 4th pitch coming up. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Shota goes down. 2 outs. Azuma is putting on a solid performance. Only giving up 3 hits. Now the next hitter has been doing his part. This is Kaito Kozuno. This is his 3rd at bat, and his first 2 at bats, he has 2 singles. So he's got 2 of the 3 hits that Hiroshima has gotten today. He's the only one performing really well. He's batting 1,000 basically as of right now. He's got another one. That one's going to drop in. 3 at bats, 3 singles. He's putting on a really good, solid, basic batting performance today. Kozuno. He's the shortstop, left-handed batter. Just putting the bat on the ball, dropping it right out where nobody can get it. Why is he not in the leadoff spot? He's batting 3, 4, 5. He's batting 5th. Why would you have him batting 5th? He looks like he should be in the top spot or the 2nd spot. But, oh well. Okay. Following him is Shogo. That's what I said earlier. I mixed up Shota and Shogo. Shogo Sakakura. Shogo is a left-handed batter. He's taking the first pitch. That was way inside, but the umpire called it a strike, and he didn't like it. I can't blame him. It was definitely a ball, but it was called strike. So what can you do? Kozano's on first base. Here's the second pitch. No balls, one strike. He takes a hack at it, sends it out into the left field stands for strike two. No balls, two strikes, two outs. Yeah, Evelyn came back from Sweden. She went out to her house in Fukui, and she still had a few days left on her Shinkansen pass, or JR pass. So she came over here by Shinkansen to visit, and we went to some local places. I took her to get some ramen here locally and to get some local desserts, and took her up to the new viewing area. Shinkokuji Temple is a very popular place to visit, and they have built a new, very long, tall viewing tower at the top of the mountain. So when you go up there, you can see the whole harbor. It's a much nicer view than it was before, but it's a little modern for my tastes. Uh-oh, is it through? Yes, it is. Very nice. Wow. So for the first time in since the game started, in the 7th inning, the Carp finally have a guy on second base. So Shogo hits it opposite field between the third baseman and the shortstop. He just reaches out and pokes it through. No one's over there. Gets a base hit. Moves Kozano up to second base. So the Carp now have runners on first and second, which is great, but they have two outs. Yokohama sends somebody out to the pitcher's mound to have a chat. It's unclear if they're going to keep Azuma in the game, the pitcher, but it looks like they might. I don't see them pulling him out. Yeah, he's still in the game. So they have a chat with Azuma, and he goes back on the mound. And up to bat now is the right-handed batter, Nakamura. Nakamura gets settled in. Azuma's set. Here comes the pitch. First pitch, he swings. Nice solid hit. Is it going to drop? No, it's caught by the center fielder. He runs in and grabs it. The Carp finally come within a close distance. All they needed was a decent base hit to get at least one run, but they come away with nothing. They leave two runners stranded in the 7th inning. It's still 2-0 Yokohama. We're going to go into the top of the 8th in just a moment. This game reminds me of the first game. I started to talk about it earlier. The first game I ever watched of the Carp, I can't remember who they played. It might have been Yokohama, but it was in Mazda Stadium. And that game was 1-0. And the Carp lost. I mean, what a crappy game to watch. The first Hiroshima Carp game I've ever been to, and the Carp lose 1-0. So the whole game, nobody was hitting the ball. Nobody was getting nobody was getting hits, basically. Nobody was getting on base. The game was extremely boring. And I think that it was scoreless for most of the game. And then around the 7th inning, the other team got one run. And then it went into the 9th inning, and the Carp lost. And I was like, this was the worst possible outcome for my first game ever. It's so ridiculous. I would rather see a game that's 8-0, even if the Carp lose, because at least there's something going on. But To lose 1-0? That's ridiculous. Did Evelyn bring more Swedish sweets? It's funny that you ask that, because while she was here, of course, she came on a weekday, so I had school the next morning. From 9 o'clock until 12:30, I had school the next day. And I asked her if she wanted to stop at the convenience store and grab some things for her in the morning, or if she wanted to just, go out, roam the streets by herself and find something the next morning while I was in school or whatever. And she said, no, let's stop by the combini. Let's stop by the convenience store and pick up something. And basically, 4 out of the 4 things she picked up, it was like pudding, cake, and 2 packs of sweet candy. So I think she's addicted to candy. Sweet candy, really sweet candy. Here we go, strike 1. It looks like the Carp may have changed their pitcher again. Let's see. Oh, strike 2. Top of the 8th inning, the Carp start off with 2 strikes, 2. Oh, the pitcher, Yokohama's pitcher, is still batting. I guess he's going to stay in the game for the next inning. And he takes strike 3. Asama, the pitcher for Yokohama, was batting just now. And he took 3 straight strikes right down the middle. 1 out. Yes, she has a massive sweet tooth. I think so. She drinks a lot of Coca-Cola and sodas, and eats a lot of candies and cakes and really, really sweet things. I like chocolate, and sometimes I like cake and stuff like that. But really sweet, like hard candy, soft candy, like real candies. I don't consider chocolate candy. To me, that's chocolate. But like candies, she loves those things, and I don't like those so much. Oof. 1 ball and 1 strike. Let me see if I can figure out who the pitcher is. It's Kemna. Makoto Kemna. Kemna tosses in his 3rd pitch for strike 2. So he's got 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 1 out. The batter right now for Yokohama is Kuwahara, the leadoff batter. He takes a big swing and fouls it away. The count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Glenn, that's probably something that I don't know. If you were to go to the convenience store or stop to get some kind of snack or dessert, and I don't mean like peanuts, I mean maybe like something sweet. What kind of sweet item do you like? What's your preferred type of sweet item? That was a big curveball by Kenma. A little inside. The batter takes a really big hack at it, but it's too inside, and he fouls it off. Unfortunately, the catcher is not able to catch it, so count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes, and we still just have 1 out. Kuwahara, the center fielder, a right-handed batter, getting ready to take the next pitch. And here it comes. Ooh, just outside. A nice heater, 153 kilometers per hour. That was a nice, strong, beautiful pitch. Just a tad high on the outside corner, but the umpire laid off, called it a ball. But that was a beautiful pitch. The count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. And for some reason, the game is frozen. But I'll wait for it to reconnect and read what you put here. Quietly wandering. I am really good at walking down the sweets and chocolates of the local supermarket and not buying anything. Good for you. I will say that compared to most people, I don't eat chocolates and these sorts of things often. A hit up the middle. So Kuwahara got behind in the count, but hung in there and got a hit up the middle. He grounded it right past the pitcher. The pitcher reached out, tried to grab it, but he missed it. It resulted in a hit right up the middle. So Kuwahara is on first base. Ebina should be coming up. Tatsuo Ebina, the right fielder. Yep. Ebina comes up. He's right-handed batter. He comes up with 1 out, 1 runner on base. Here comes the pitch. Nice little slider right in there for a strike. No balls, 1 strike. I do look at sugar as a poison, so avoid sweet stuff as much as possible. Biscuits would maybe be my weakness. Yeah, I have a weakness for bread. Of course, not all bread is created equal. Some bread is just really tasty and amazing. But overall, if it's good bread, I really, really like it. Here comes the pitch. Strike 2 on a swing and foul ball. Ebina is now down in the count. No balls, 2 strikes. A nice double play ball right here would be good. Excuse me. Here comes the pitch. No balls, 2 strikes. Oh, in the dirt. Ball 1. That was a little bit of heat. 149 kilometers an hour. Right in the dirt. Ball 1. 1 and 2 is the count. He tosses over to first base, but he's able to get back easily. No threat there. Kuwahara, throws it over to first again. Kuwahara, just like the last time, no problem getting back. Try to avoid bread as a staple, but do love a good sandwich. Yeah, that's actually what I missed today. I picked up some popcorn and a few potato chips as for a snack, but big curveball way out of the strike zone at the top. Ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 balls, 2 strikes for Ebina. And while I'm having these potato chips, all I can think is, man, I wish I had a good turkey sandwich. That's actually something I don't know. Another toss over to first, but Kuwahara is able to get back just before the throw gets there. That one was a little closer. In Australia, is the access to turkey, like for turkey sandwiches, pretty easy? Is it pretty easy to find a place for a turkey sandwich? Next pitch, he strikes it. It was a good swing. Is it going to drop? No. Right fielder comes in. Nice. Runner at first stays. Kuwahara cannot advance. He stays on first base. Ebina flies out to right field for the second out. Good. Although I know, and you probably know, and some of you probably know that sugar feeds cancer, one thing that is actually true is that sugar does not cause cancer. It's not a carcinogen. However, it can exacerbate problems and support inflammation and then feed diseases. It also suppresses the immune system. So overall, you should exercise your intake of sugar with care. First pitch is a ball outside. Here comes the second pitch. Ooh. Oh, really nice play by the first baseman. There was a really sharp hit right down the line. He's able to scoop it up and step on first base. That will end the inning for Yokohama. Hiroshima is able to put up another 0 on the board. 6 straight innings with nothing but zeros for Yokohama. So they got their first 2 runs in the first 2 innings, and after that it has been lights out for Hiroshima pitching. Unfortunately, the Carp's bats have been, except for Kozuno, their bats have been pretty much garbage. Let's see here. Most sandwich bars would not have turkey as a standard option. Chicken is popular. Yeah, chicken. I can get chicken sandwiches everywhere here, even in Japan, in China too. Although sandwich shops, you have to go to like a foreign Subway, or like a Subway shop or another foreign type shop in a big city. Otherwise, you're probably not going to find a standard Western sandwich shop because sandwiches aren't popular in China. Not the way we know sandwiches. Turkey is always available at a supermarket, so making your own turkey sandwich is much easier. Oh, good. Now, do you guys have the whole turkeys, or just like sliced turkeys that you buy the sliced meat already, and then you can take out the slices and make your own sandwich? Or are you able to buy turkeys? I know it's a strange question, but see, during the end of the year, Thanksgiving in America, which then leads into Christmas and New Year's, getting a big turkey and cooking it for Thanksgiving and for Christmas is the standard traditional thing. And I know that not every family follows the traditional standard, but from the time I was growing up all the way up to an adult, that's basically what we did. We always had a big turkey, a big full turkey that we cooked in the oven for Thanksgiving and for Christmas. Is there anything like that for you guys? Do you ever have like a whole turkey that you cook? Or the turkey that you buy, is it normally just smaller chunks or slices? We have all of the above in the U.S. Okay, strike 1. This is a serious batter, and he just took a strike 2. This batter for Hiroshima, he has a very, very serious look to his face. He's a very thin-looking guy, but the look on his face, it makes him look like an assassin or something. Here's the third pitch. He pokes it out. Is it going to get a hit? Yeah, it's going to drop. Very nice. He just kind of takes a swing, a little light swing, and pokes it out into right field for a single. There's a leadoff single with no outs. Carp might have something going here. They really need it because it is the bottom of the 8th. This is one of their last chances to get on the board. Wow, look at that. That was not a good pitch to swing at either. It was kind of low and inside, and and when he went to swing, he jumped up. He jumped up and hit it like this and put it out in right field with 2 strikes even. So a little lucky there, but it'll work. Here comes the pitch to the next batter. He swings at the first one, fouls it off for strike 1. This is that last hitter was this one is a pinch hitter. Ugusa, Koki Ugusa. They toss it over to first base, but he's back. They're trying to keep him from stealing. I'm not sure how fast he is, but he looks like he could be fast. He's got the body of a fast guy. No balls, 1 strike. Here comes the pitch. Oh, that was close. It was perfectly in there, but just a little outside. Ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. No outs. Pitcher sets. He stands there for a while, finally delivers. Swinging and foul ball. Strike 2. Ah, okay. Not a regular thing to find all year round, more popular at Christmas. Okay, cool. Sliced turkey is usually available all year round, yep. We're more of a red meat country, with the most popular white meat being chickens. Duck is also unusual to find. Not impossible, just not everywhere all the time. Okay, the next pitch is in the dirt for ball 2. That's good. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner still on first base, no outs. Azuma is still in the game pitching. This is the 8th inning, and he's still in there. He's a workhorse. He hasn't given up any runs. Maybe 5 hits, I think. Here's the next pitch. Oh, no! Oh, that was just a beautiful swing. He was just way too early and ripped it way foul, way past the first baseman. It's going to remain 2 balls, 2 strikes. In the U.S., it's similar with duck. Duck is more unusual. It's possible to find, but it's not, readily available just wherever, Next pitch. No, good hit. Base hit to the left field. That's going to advance the runner to second base. Now the Carp have 1 runner on first and 1 runner on second base. Ugusa, the pinch hitter, has come through with a single on Azuma, Yokohama's pitcher, in the 8th inning, here in the bottom of the 8th inning. And it looks like Yokohama might be having someone warm up in the bullpen. They might be having a pitcher warm up in the bullpen. But we'll see. Once again, an opposite field hit. The last 2 hits have been opposite field hits. The right-handed batter goes to the right field. The left-handed batter goes to the left field. Okay. Is it Shogo? Shogo batting? The leadoff batter is normally Shogo Akiyama, center fielder. Yep, Shogo's up to bat, the leadoff batter for the Carp. Pitcher is set. Here comes the pitch. Oh, he bunts. He gets the bunt down. It's a good bunt. Pitcher has to go to first. Okay, Shogo is out at first base, but he advances the runners to second and third. So he does what he was supposed to do on the very first pitch. This is one of the things about Japanese baseball you'll see a lot more than you see in Major League Baseball in the U.S., which is them laying down bunts and trying to advance the runners. You're going to see a lot more small ball, is what they call it. The coach is on his way out to talk to Azuma, and maybe this is it for him. There's 1 out with runners on second and third. They're having a meeting at the pitcher's mound. It's unclear. Oh, yeah, he's coming out. There's going to be a pitcher change. So finally, after almost 8.5 innings, 8 1/3 innings, and 8 1/3 shutout innings, Azuma is being taken out of the game. He doesn't look very happy about it, but he does have runners on second and third, which he's responsible for. He's grabbing him a nice cold drink out of the fridge. He's done a pretty good job. I mean, shutout, 8 1/3 shutout innings. That's pretty good. But now, hopefully, the Carp can knock in some runs. A double here would tie the game, so that's what they really, really need. The pitcher's going to be warming up for a minute, so we have a short break. I'll get some potato chips. This live stream has been going for 2.5 hours. It doesn't feel like that long. The time on the screen says 4:30. Three, 4. Has it really been going that long? I thought maybe it was less than that. Maybe Not even 2 hours. Glenn, I don't know if you noticed this or if any of you know this, but in Japan, whenever you go into... Of course, you have a variety of places to go into in Japan that have sandwiches. Of course, there are hamburger places that have sandwiches, and there's some other places that have sandwiches. But there's something that I've noticed that I think is interesting. Finding a grilled chicken sandwich is like finding treasure, trying to find treasure in Japan. I don't know what it is, but none of the cafes or restaurants seem to have grilled chicken sandwiches. They're all fried chicken. So even if you go to Burger King or McDonald's or wherever, their sandwiches, their chicken sandwiches are always fried chicken. They never ever have grilled chicken sandwiches. If you're in Japan or you're going to be coming to Japan, find one and tell me if you find it, because I haven't seen one yet. Okay, pitcher's ready to go. Here we go with 1 out, runners on second and third. Left-handed batter up. Here's the pitch. He goes up deep, but it's way up high. It's going to be a fly out to the first baseman. Nothing doing on the very first pitch. Just like that, 2 down. 1 pitch, 1 swing. He hit it really, really high, but it didn't even make it out of the infield. It just went straight to the first baseman, way up and straight down to the first baseman. Man, this has been the Carps' best opportunity the entire game. If they don't get something here, chances are the 9th inning is going to be disaster. Is this Noma? Let's see. Yeah, Noma is up to bat. Left-handed batter. Here comes the pitch. Strike right down the middle. Takayoshi Noma, right fielder. He's batted 4 times, has no hits. He has made contact with the ball, but he has been unable to actually get a hit. Runners on second and third. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Here's the pitch to Noma. He swings, and it's picked up by the second baseman. Tosses it over to first base for the out. Yokohama gets out of the inning without giving up a single run. It's going to go into the 9th inning. Yokohama 2, Hiroshima 0. That's really disappointing. They couldn't even get 1 run. They strand 2 runners. This is actually one of the reasons I don't like the small ball. Sometimes the small ball is good, but the way I look at it is, if you've got no outs, okay? No outs. Runners on first and second. Let your guys hit. Let them hit. Yeah, you can advance them with a bunt, but the odds are that either you're not going to have a good bunt and you're going to strike out, or you're going to get out at first base at least, even if you advance the runners and you're going to be down 1 out. But the way I look at it is, if you've already got runners in scoring position, why not let the next 3 batters try to get at least a single? And that way you guarantee that you get at least 1 run. But after the bunt, there was nothing. It was a pop out and a ground out. So they only had 2 chances. A bunt might advance the runner, but it guarantees that you won't get a run. And there's a high chance that you lose an out. So you're literally trading advancing the runners 1 base for an out. So now you only have 2 chances to score instead of 3. And I don't think a bunt was necessary in that case. Japan loves fried food. Amen to that. I found out that the Portuguese brought tempura to Japan a while back, a couple hundred years ago. I don't know if it's the Portuguese that we have to thank for Japan's fascination and love of fried food, but at least the tempura comes from that. So there we go. I remember the Japanese that stayed with me in Australia were always amazed at the way we cooked our food at times, especially our barbecue meals. Yeah. I don't know how barbecue is. I haven't had specifically barbecue in Australia. I only spent about 5 days, maybe 5 or 6 days in Australia, and we had some different foods there, and all the food was good, but the thought never crossed my mind to go try, or maybe it's just because of timing, I didn't get to go try Australian barbecue. Yokohama's up to bat with their first batter. It looks like Hiroshima's got a new pitcher. Let's see who it is. Takumi Kurahara. Takumi gives ball 1. Second pitch high for ball 2. Excuse me. Third pitch coming in. Right down the middle. Strike swinging. 2 balls, 1 strike. At the very least, let's hope the Carp can get through this inning without giving up any runs. Because they're only down by 2. They'll have a better opportunity to tie the game at least. A nice swing on this pitch. Sends it way up and it goes back into the stands. Foul ball. So the count will remain the same. Kurahara Takumi. Here comes the next pitch. Little down and inside. That's going to be a full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, the barbecue, the U.S. style barbecue is the best I've ever had. But it's very different than what they have here. Way outside for ball 4. He puts him on base. So Yokohama starts off with a guy on base in the 9th inning. Not good. The variety of foods that we have when we do barbecue cooking in the U.S. and the seasonings, the sauces, and the side items and all of that. Just a combination of all of those things. The variety, the vegetables. We even add in hot dogs and hamburgers. Also, of course, there's grilled chicken. There's whole chicken, chicken legs. There's ribs, which is one of the main things. Hamburger steak. We don't generally have steak, just whole steak, because that's not really a barbecue item. Strike on the next pitch. 1 runner on, 1 strike, 1 out. I don't know why. I think I said the last batter was a leadoff walk, and that was incorrect. There was already 1 out. I don't know why I said that. Strike swing. I think this is Miyazaki. Miyazaki is batting. And he took a big strike, a big swing for a strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Pitcher comes set. Here comes, oh, no. He throws over to first. Runner's back, no problems. Miyazaki, where's he at? Okay, so is it Maki on first? Shugo. Okay. Next pitch is low and in the dirt. Ball 1. So we got 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Pitcher gets his call, comes set. Here comes the pitch. Oh, that's a well-hit ball. The left fielder came in on it first and then had to go back, but he was able to get it. For the second out, runner stays at first base. So Shugo Maki at first base. He's unable to advance. Miyazaki flies out. The next batter will be Yota Kyoda. Today, Kyoda, the shortstop, he's played two different positions today, shortstop and first. He's had 4 at-bats, 1 hit, scored 1 run. Not a bad day, especially when you only have 2 runs on the board. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to the second baseman. What? I don't know what just happened there. Yano at second base. He got a ground ball. And he threw a wild throw to second base to try to get the out at second base. But it was a wild throw, and it went out into the outfield. I'm not sure what he was thinking right there. So now Yokohama has runners on first and second. What in the world was he? Aren't there 2 outs? Or is it just 1? Did I remember incorrectly? Yes, it's just 1 out. Okay, so he was trying to go for the lead runner, but he threw it very, very wild into the outfield. So 1 out, 2 runners on first and second base. Here's the pitch. Strike right down the middle. Nice curve ball. Who's batting now? Yamamoto. Yudai Yamamoto, the catcher. Yamamoto has 1 hit today and 3 at-bats. He's got no balls, 1 strike. Here comes the second pitch. Right down the middle. Oh, what a beautiful catch. Wow, double play. Wow, that was beautiful. Beautiful. Yamamoto he hit that ball right down the middle of the field. A line drive right down the middle of the field. Second baseman dove, caught the ball, and was able to toss it to the shortstop to get the double play at second base. So, Yano, now this is the funny thing. Yano is the second baseman right now. He was the one who made the wild throw just a moment ago. He makes the amazing catch and then tosses it. He just tosses it up to the shortstop, and then he just lays down on the ground. So it's hilarious. He makes up for the terrible throw by making this great catch and double play ball. What a great play. So that gets the Carp out of the inning. We're going to go into the bottom of the 9th with the Carp down 2-0. This is going to be their final opportunity to come back and tie this game. Crazy. All right. Seafood barbecue is nice. We do that when the seafood is available. I'm not a fish or seafood guy, really. So, most seafood and fish has a fishy taste to me. That's hard for some people to understand. If you really, really like fish and you really, really like seafood, then maybe that's difficult for you to understand. But people who also don't like fish or seafood or don't like it so much, they also understand me when I say it has a fishy taste. And if I'm going to eat fish, I don't want it to taste like fish. And if I'm going to eat seafood, I don't want it to taste like seafood. I want it to taste good. And I don't like the fishy taste. So that's why I just kind of stay away from most fish and seafood. Although I do like tuna fish sandwiches. And I do like the occasional salmon sushi. I can have those things. Or grilled salmon occasionally is nice, especially like with a maybe lemon pepper, or not, it's not lemon pepper so much, maybe that's whitefish. Some pepper on top and lemon, it's good. We have found a way to cook most food on a barbecue. Let me know when you find a way to cook rice on a barbecue. That will be funny. Speaking of food and meal times, I will have to leave you shortly. Family are due to arrive. I completely understand. I do appreciate you coming by. The game is almost over. This is the bottom of the ninth. This, the Carp are down by 2 runs. This is their last chance, so you're leaving about the right. If the Carp don't at least tie the game, then if they don't tie it or win it, then it's about to be over. First pitch is a ball down low. Who's batting right now? Let's go to the lineup here. Second pitch. Inside, strike swinging. Is it Shota? Here comes the third pitch. Did he swing? He checked. He calls it a strike. He went around. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here comes the next pitch. Oh, he swung at a really bad sinker, but was able to foul it off. So the count remains 1-2. This is Kosuke Tanaka. Tanaka is batting. Oh, he's not able to catch up with that one. He swings for strike 3. Carp are down to 2 outs. Their last 2 outs. Let's see if they bring in another pinch hitter or if they're going to stick with their regular lineup. Here comes the first pitch, right down the middle. Strike. Kozono is batting. He's had a great day. 4 at-bats, 3 hits. If everybody else was batting like him, the Carp would have more than 10 runs. He's got 2 strikes on him right now. He takes one in for a strike. So here comes the third pitch. He swings, and this one goes to the third baseman. It looks like he's gonna be out there. So that's likely the end of the day for Kozono. He did a good job. It's sad that he couldn't get any support from the rest of the team. Carp are down to their last out. It's miracle time. They're here. Good to catch up. We will catch up again soon. Study hard and keep well. Arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you, Glenn. My condolences once again. Please pass that along to your family. Thank you for being here, and I look forward to seeing you again very soon. And you guys have a good visit together, okay? I'll see you next time. じゃあね。Okay, here we go. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Check swing, strike. Shogo Sakakura. Shogo has 2 strikes on him. They're down to their last strike. Can Shogo pull something off here? No balls, 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch. He takes it for strike 3. So that's it. It makes sense that the Carp would go down on a strike 3 looking, just because that's how they batted. Other than Kozono, that's basically how they batted the whole game. Just a terrible performance and they lose this game 2-0. I find it hilarious that the first game I ever watched of the Carp, they lost 1-0. And then this is the first game I've ever called for the Carp, and they lose 2-0. So ridiculous. But regardless, I appreciate those of you who joined, stopped in to say hi. And from Onamichi, Hiroshima, I would like to wish you a good morning, afternoon, or evening. And until next time, Janet. And I'm going to go ahead and let you go. If I can... oh, they've got an actual end button now. It's different than before. See you later.